Good morning. Welcome to City Planning Public Hearing. And Madam Secretary, please begin.
Good morning. This is the City Planning Commission public meeting held in Spector Hall, 22 Reade Street. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2014. As a courtesy during the proceedings, we ask that you please turn off all cell phones and beepers. All speakers should fill out a speaker's card at the desk outside of Spector Hall. In addition, we ask that those providing testimony please identify yourself, limit your remarks to 3 minutes, and speak clearly into the microphone. I will now call the roll. Chairman Weisbrod.
Here.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Here.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Here.
Commissioner Besser.
Here.
Commissioner Cantor.
Here.
Commissioner Cerullo. Commissioner De La Us.
Here.
Commissioner Del Turo.
Here.
Commissioner Dweck.
Here.
Commissioner Edie. Commissioner Levin.
Here.
Commissioner Marin.
Here.
A quorum is present. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of Wednesday, May 7, 2014.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved.
Scheduling. On calendar numbers 1, 2, and 3, we have resolutions for adoption scheduling Wednesday, June 11, 2014, for a public hearing to be held in Spector Hall, 22 Reade Street.
On the resolutions, may I have a motion to approve? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolutions are approved.
Next part of the calendar is the report section on page 3. Borough of the Bronx, calendar numbers 4 and 5. Calendar number 4, CDs 10 and 12, C140251 MMX. Calendar number 5, C140252 PQX. In the matter of applications for an amendment to the city map and acquisition of property concerning the City Island Bridge. For favorable reports on calendar numbers 4 and 5. Chairman Weisbrod.
I just want to commend the Department of Transportation and Commissioner Polly Trottenberg on resolving what was certainly a difficult community issue to the satisfaction of everybody, so I vote aye.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
I agree with the sentiments of the chair. I vote yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
So not to take away from my Bronx colleagues, I remind you that I did live in the Bronx for a few years when I attended Fordham, and I often drove over this bridge. 40 years ago, it was in need of improvement. So I am really happy to vote yes today for an improved bridge with pedestrian walkways, with bike paths. Even though I don't bike, I happily vote yes.
Commissioner Besser.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor.
Yes.
Commissioner De La Us.
I just want to say that I think it's great to see government able to make a U-turn quickly when needed, and I happily vote yes.
Commissioner Del Turo.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
I'm also very happy to see that this is resolved, a nice design of a bridge, a causeway, and maybe I'll take my bike out, Angela, and we can meet out at the beach. I vote yes.
Favorable reports have been adopted on calendar numbers 4 and 5. Borough of Brooklyn, calendar number 6, CD 17, N140340 PXK, in a matter of a notice of intent to acquire office space for use of property located at 4112 Farragut Road. For a favorable report on calendar number 6, Chairman Weisbrod.
I vote aye. And again, I appreciate the communication that we received, and all members of the commission received from DCAS indicating the efforts that it made to find appropriate space for the community board, and based on that letter and the testimony of DCAS before us, I vote aye.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
I want to associate myself with the comments of the chair. I know the street. I think it's perfectly appropriate. It's accessible. It's visible. It's handicapped accessible, and I happily vote yes.
Commissioner Besser.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor.
Yes.
Commissioner De La Us.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 6. Borough of Brooklyn, calendar number 7, CD 9, C100202 ZMK, in the matter of an application for an amendment of the zoning map concerning Empire Boulevard rezoning. For a favorable report on calendar number 7, Chairman Weisbrod.
I vote aye on this item, but reiterate that this is among many applications that are now in the pipeline that the department reserves the right to come back and revisit after we have completed the study that we have undertaken regarding mandatory inclusionary housing. And upon that basis, I vote aye.
Vice Chair Knuckles?
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia?
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa?
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor?
Yes.
Commissioner Delauss?
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo?
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck?
Recused.
Commissioner Levin?
Yes.
Commissioner Marin?
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 7. Borough of Brooklyn, calendar numbers 8 and 9. Calendar number 8, CD 16, C140277, ZSK. Calendar number 9, C140278, HAK. In the matter of applications for the grant of a special permit, UDAP designation, project approval, disposition of city-owned property concerning Henry Apartments. For favorable reports on calendar numbers 8 and 9, Chairman Weisbrod,
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia,
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor,
Yes.
Commissioner Delauss.
I just want to say thank you to these folks from SUS and HPD for being at the hearing and clarifying a number of questions that we had, and I do hope that at a future time that we're able to, as a whole commission, hear more about the importance of supportive housing in the mayor's new plan. I vote aye.
Commissioner Del Turo,
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Favorable reports have been adopted on calendar numbers 8 and 9. Borough of Brooklyn, calendar number 10, CD6 C140227 MCK, in the matter of an application for a major concession concerning Red Hook Park ball field. For a favorable report on calendar number 10, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia,
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa,
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor,
Yes.
Commissioner Delauss.
I just want to say that I know this is a unique situation, and I believe we heard from the Parks Department why it was appropriate in this case to go with the kind of concession, and I believe this is a win-win for the local community and for the educational institution. I vote yes.
Commissioner Del Turo,
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck,
Yes, I'd like to vote yes and associate myself with the comments of Commissioner Delauss.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 10. Borough of Manhattan, calendar number 11, CD7, C130208 ZMM, in the matter of an application for an amendment of the zoning map concerning West 106th Street rezoning. For a favorable report on calendar number 11, Chairman Weisbrod.
I vote yes, and again reiterate that this is another one of those applications that, and projects that we may well come back and revisit with respect to affordable housing after the study that we are undertaking regarding mandatory inclusionary housing is completed. I vote yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia,
I was part of the original contextual rezoning of this in 2007. I remembered when the city council removed the Jewish home life care nursing home, that's a mouthful, site from the rezoning. I want to again associate myself with the comments of the chair and say that I hope at the time that this site is sold that there is a mandatory inclusionary housing zoning text established. I happily vote yes.
Commissioner Bessa,
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor,
Yes.
Commissioner Delauss,
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo,
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 11. Borough of Manhattan, calendar number 12, CD10, C140070 ZMM, in the matter of an application for an amendment to the zoning map concerning West 117th Street rezoning. For a favorable report on calendar number 12, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes, this project aside from providing housing, is also going to restore an edifice formerly known as St. Thomas the Apostle on West 118th Street in Harlem as a community arts facility. I think personally that's a good resurrection of a building, no pun intended, of a community facility and location that is memorable in the minds and hearts of a lot of community residents. I, for one, will be vigilant about the whole issue of community access that was discussed by the commission during the public hearing. But overall, I think this is a good outcome for a very important venue. I vote yes.
Commissioner Battaglia?
This time I'll associate myself with the comments of the Vice Chair, although I may have used a different choice of words. I think this is a really exciting project, and that is an adaptive reuse of a school. I believe this is the first time I came across the word desanctify. But I do believe that the applicant will see to it that the church site is used for cultural uses moving forward, although there was some discussion on that. And I'm just really excited, and I'm around to see it up and running. I vote yes.
Commissioner Bessa?
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor? Commissioner De La Uz?
Yes.
Commissioner Del Toro?
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck?
Yes.
Commissioner Levin?
Yes.
Commissioner Marin?
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 12. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 13, CD3, C090248 MMR, in the matter of an application for an amendment of the city map concerning Alburn Avenue demapping. For a favorable report on calendar number 13, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor.
Yes.
Commissioner De La Uz.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Toro.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 13. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 14, CD1 N140341 PXR, in the matter of a notice of intent to acquire office space for use of property located at 135 Canal Street. For a favorable report on calendar number 14, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
I was surprised to see that Staten Island also had a Canal Street. I hope the traffic there is not as bad as it is here. I vote yes.
Commissioner Bessa,
Traffic is definitely better there, and I vote yes.
Commissioner Cantor,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Uz.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Toro.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 14. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 15, CD2 N140342 PXR, in the matter of a notice of intent to acquire office space for use of property located at 1141 Highland Boulevard. For a favorable report on calendar number 15, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor.
Yes.
Commissioner De La Uz.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Toro.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
A favorable report has been adopted on calendar number 15. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 16, CD3 N140256 RCR, in the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning 89 Glover Street. For adoption on calendar number 16, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia,
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Uz,
Yes.
Commissioner Del Toro,
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Calendar number 16 has been adopted. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 17, CD3 N140307 RCR, in the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning 119 Hanover Avenue. For adoption on calendar number 17, Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor.
Yes.
Commissioner De La Uz.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Toro.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Calendar number 17 has been adopted. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 18, CD3 N140195 RCR, in the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning 405 and 421 Bedell Avenue for adoption on calendar number 18. Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor.
Yes.
Commissioner Delauss.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Calendar number 18 has been adopted. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 19, CD2 N140290ZCR, in the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning 155 Benedict Road for adoption on calendar number 19. Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles,
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia,
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa,
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor, Commissioner Delauss,
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo,
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck,
Yes.
Commissioner Levin,
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Calendar number 19 has been adopted. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 20, CD3 N140337 RCR, in the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning 11 and 13 Redgrave Avenue for adoption on calendar number 20. Chairman Weisbrod.
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor. Commissioner Delauss.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Edie. I'm sorry. Commissioner Levin.
Yes.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Calendar number 20 has been adopted. Borough of Staten Island, calendar number 21, CD3 N140280 RCR, in the matter of an application for the grant of a certification concerning Jeanette Avenue and Lorraine Avenue for adoption on calendar number 21. Chairman Weisbrod,
Yes.
Vice Chair Knuckles.
Yes.
Commissioner Battaglia.
Yes.
Commissioner Bessa.
Yes.
Commissioner Cantor. Commissioner Delauss.
Yes.
Commissioner Del Turo.
Yes.
Commissioner Dweck.
Yes.
Commissioner Levin.
This is the sixth of a series of applications for certifications that we voted on today, and I really don't think these need to come to the Planning Commission. They do need a careful look by city planning staff, which in my view is perfectly capable of looking closely at these things, and I'd be all in favor of a text amendment that would make them subject to a chair certification rather than a Planning Commission certification. I vote yes.
I second that.
Commissioner Marin.
Yes.
Calendar number 21 has been adopted. Okay. The next part of the calendar is the public hearing section on page 14. Borough of the Bronx, calendar number 22, CD4, C140231 PPX, a public hearing in the matter of an application for the disposition of one city-owned property located at 1337 Jerome Avenue.
I believe we have one speaker, Mr. Chris Grove from DCAS. Mr. Grove.
I don't want to take these out. It does help me see.
Familiar.
Good morning, Commissioners and Chair Weisbrod. DCAS, or the Department of Citywide Administrative Services, is seeking disposition approval of a property located at 1337 Jerome Avenue in the High Bridge neighborhood of the Bronx. The property includes an unoccupied one-story commercial former Department of Health and Mental Hygiene building. The property was built in 1920 and was privately owned until 1981, when the city acquired the property through the in-rem tax foreclosure process. It was then it was assigned to DOH for storage until they surrendered the building to DCAS in December 2013. DCAS seeks the flexibility to dispose of this property pursuant to New York City Charter Section 384. While there is no facilitated project associated with this property, the disposition approval will provide the city the authorization to dispose of the property in the future. I'm here to answer any questions that the commission may have.
Any questions? Mr. Marin.
More of a concern, not a question. I am well aware of the fact that the borough president and the community board have requested that the department study this area. And I'm wondering if, in fact, it would be better to postpone this for a while until that study is completed, or somehow intermingle it with the study, because my thinking is that right now, if somebody goes out there to take a look at this for purchase, and there's an appraisal done, they're going to compare it to the existing neighborhood and what's there, even though it's an R8. And I think that it would behoove the city, and you would yield a better dollar if, in fact, this area was rezoned and people knew something was coming. That's just a comment.
Could you respond to that, Mr. Gross?
Sure. In regards to DCAS, we usually are the keepers of some surplus city-owned property, and I know that I've come in front of all of you before with some very small pieces of property that have been in our inventory for quite a while. This is a building that DOHMH had surrendered to us, and usually we put an application together just to provide us flexibility to dispose of a property. It does not mean imminently it will be disposed of by any means, and we have definitely will continue to work with any of our city agency partners if there is a need or an interest in this property. DCAS for this type of property would consider it for an auction just because of the size of it, where the smaller ones could maybe go in a sale away program. In regards to this building, though, I mean, we definitely can entertain any thoughts that could be brought upon by other agencies. And usually an auction, we have maybe one every year. And right now we don't have one planned, so we definitely have some time to continue discussing this with any other agency.
Well, just so I understand, Commissioner Marine, when you say the borough president wants the area looked at for purposes of rezoning?
That is correct.
Perhaps?
That is correct.
Yeah, which is a different issue from disposition.
I understand that,
No,
but it plays into the
Into
disposition.
the timing of the
Well,
auction.
no, it does, but I agree. And going to the response, it's not a question of when it's disposed of. I think your inquiry goes to maybe everything should be frozen while the larger area is analyzed for purposes of a rezoning.
That is correct.
Yeah, Mr. Dweck.
On the earliest, when do you believe, I know you don't have a scheduled auction now, but what would be the earliest that an auction?
It usually takes a substantial amount of time to put an auction together. And we like to do a lot of advertising, and most of the time we do brochures, and so usually it takes, I would say, somewhere in the ballpark between 6 to 8 months to even get something together.
Going back to Commissioner Marin's comments, I'm not sure if area-wide rezoning would be in the works in 6 to 8 months, so something to keep in mind.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think we're in a rush to sell this property. We just like to have the flexibility because it is vacant at the moment, and I don't know what the study may have in the end, and maybe it has a disposition component to it. So it may be beneficial to have the approval going forward.
Let me also just associate myself with the comments of Mr. Marin, that not only has the borough president and the community requested that we look at a rezoning, but it is very actively being considered by the department at this time, and I would further say it's a high priority for the department. So on the one hand, I think we would welcome the ability of the city through DCAS to dispose of the property, but on the other, we would anticipate or expect that DCAS would work closely with the department so that first, the timing of a disposition could be meshed in with a rezoning, which is likely, as Mr. Dweck pointed out, to take somewhat longer than 6 to 8 months, even though it is a high priority for us. And second, I appreciate, I think you would be able to confirm this, that a disposition authorization from us or an approval of a disposition does not preclude the department from assigning, DCAS from assigning that to another city agency if appropriate. Would that be correct?
That would be correct. I mean, it's happened in the past where we had seek disposition approval and an agency has come forward and expressed interest in a property, and then we assign it to them.
Such as an HPD or an EDC or whatever?
For HPD, yes, and EDC, we would have to sell to them.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Ms. Battaglia?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Staying with the comments of the chair, by the same token, if it were to be voted on to be disposed of, nothing would preclude DCAS from holding it until a later date, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, I think, any other questions for Mr. Grove? Thank you, Mr. Grove.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else wishing to be heard on this matter? Okay, the hearing is closed. Any other matters to come before us? Madam Secretary?
No, Chairman Wise-Brod.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
With enthusiasm, thank you.